Alright, so in this video, I'm going to help you to figure out exactly what to do with your life, utilizing what we know about the nature of life. So, I'm gonna draw out a couple of things on this piece of paper I got. Kind of clarify exactly what my point is this video. So, alright, so in life, let's see if I can set this up. Clearly, we know there's a point in which you're born, right? Say this is the point in which you're born. Birth. Bam. You were born. Then, there's a certain amount of time that you live. This is the amount of time you're alive, right? Then there's a certain unknown point when you die. So, birth, known, death, unknown. But all of this is known. The point of your death is unknown, but we all know inevitably we're gonna die. You know, there's never been a case of a human, as far as we know, who has not died. So, given that this is your life, right? Really what determines the quality of your life is what happens here. Right? Now, this is kind of messy, but you get the point. What happens here is what determines quality of life. This is what determines the quality of your life. So what determines what happens here? Well, let's say let's call this conditioning, right? Conditioning mostly happens in childhood, but honestly, it happens throughout the course of your life. For the sake of understanding, I'm just going to put it cut off right there. Conditioning. Conditioning involves how you are subjectively conditioned in your own experience, how your nervous system, your subconscious, so to speak, is conditioned. Even the language that we use is part of that conditioning. We receive this conditioning from birth. Some say actually even before birth in the fetus. It's probably true. And we continue to be conditioned throughout our lives, but up until the point of 8, I believe, we are the most impressionable. Literally like a sponge, right? Absorbing all the information in our surroundings. The character qualities of our parents, teachers, even friends and such. The belief structures, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotion, everything. We're just receiving it with no, you could say, filter at all. There's no filter to what we are being conditioned with. It's just happening. Now, up until around 8 years old, we're just a sponge. Around 8, we start to gain a conscious awareness and a capacity to navigate consciously. So before that, we're basically slaves to our conditioning for the most part. And then, even though we're navigating consciously, still all this conditioning is running in the background. So probably from age 8, for me, from age 8 till around, let's say, awareness came in around, for me, like 14. I remember my aunt showed me the movie The Secret, and I started to gain an awareness that, oh, actually, I have a say in the quality of my life. I have a say in what happens in my experience. It's not completely predetermined in the sense that I'm just a slave to what happens. I'm not just a slave to my conditioning, right? I don't have to just run everything on autopilot. I can actually begin to choose and direct myself. And that will allow me to have the experiences that I want. So this awareness is going to bring me to a huge point in this, which is decisions. We develop an awareness that our decisions create our destiny. Our decisions create our destiny. So what creates our decisions are the degree of our conditioning and also the nature of our conditioning, and that coupled with our awareness of our conditioning. Without an awareness of your conditioning, you're a slave to it. You just run it automatically on autopilot. The more awareness you gain of it, the more you can see it happening, and then you can begin to consciously choose the decisions you make, and that will allow you to choose your destiny. So the more awareness we bring to our condition, the more we can get rid of the negative conditioning. Again, there's some good stuff in there. Some good condition. I think the language I'm using to speak right now, it's useful. It's good. Certain things are really, really good. Certain things aren't so good. So what we want to do is become aware of all of it, honestly, and keep the good stuff, and then, release the bad. Let it go. And then begin to develop ourselves consciously, begin to condition ourselves consciously, developing the skills and learning the different things that we want to learn because we made the decision to do so. With our awareness, we decided consciously. And we begin to mold our destiny. So let's look at the word decision. The word decision actually means to cut off. When you make a decision, you're cutting off all other options. So right now in this moment, you're having a very unique experience. For whatever reason, you made the decision to watch this video. And because of that decision, this is the experience you're having. You're not having some other experience. You're not riding a bicycle right now. You're not watching some TV show or listening to some song or creating some work of art or playing, basketball or something. Like, there's infinite possibilities of other things you could be doing right now. But you happen to be watching this video because you made a decision and you cut off every other option to choose this one. So as you make decisions, you're literally carving out your destiny. So it's really of the utmost importance to gain an awareness of your decision-making process. And what your decision-making process ultimately wants to lead to is optimizing the quality of your life. And only you can determine what a quality life means to you. It's very unique. You have to decide, what does a quality life mean to me? A great way to do this is determine your values and priorities. What do you value the most in life? What do you enjoy the most? What are your priorities? What's most important to you specifically? You gotta determine that. And a great way to do this is to model, basically, or come up with your perfect day. So this whole span of your life all takes place right now, right? There is no tomorrow, because when tomorrow comes, it's today. And it's today. What day is it? It's today. It's always today. It's always now, right? So you can only optimize the quality of your life and create the life you want right now. The best way to do that, one of the best ways, is to determine what your perfect day is right now. Write it out. What time you wake up. Get as specific as possible. The time you wake up. If you eat breakfast, what you eat for breakfast. Or do you drink water? Do you meditate? Do you read? Do you do some kind of morning ritual, some exercise? When do you start working? What do you work on? Get as specific and detailed as possible. Everything you eat, everything you think and focus on, everything. People you spend time with, everything. Make it as detailed and specific as possible, and then make your goal to live that day. That's your goal. Just whatever you've drawn out for your perfect day, live that day. And once you do that, you can continue to optimize and restructure it And of course, you can contemplate other things, map out different goals in your life. This is really just like a starting point to live your ideal day. And then you'll look back and be like, wow, I actually did it. Like, it's really cool. It's a good feeling to recognize that you wrote something out. It was a vision in your mind. You put it down on paper and then you made it into your reality. It's really powerful. And the more you do that, the more you begin to mold out your destiny and you begin to optimize the quality of your life. And that's really the most important thing. So clearly, with what we know about the nature of life, the most important thing is optimizing the quality of your experience. And that comes down to doing what you want to do. What do you truly want to do? What do you value? What is important? And of course, there might be certain things that you do that you don't necessarily want to do. Like, we all take showers and brush our teeth and wipe our ass, even if we don't necessarily want to do it that much. But in those instances, we can still optimize the quality of our life by bringing acceptance and presence and awareness to all the activities. You can at least accept it. You know, you're in the right mentality. You have the right attitude. So there's certain things that, yeah, you know, you can't avoid it. It's not like you're just going to be perpetually blissful and happy, but you can optimize the quality of your life, and you can also find what to you is worth struggling for, what to you is worth even suffering for, because there's going to be a degree of pain and challenge and adversity and suffering in life. It's inevitable. But you have to determine what for you is worth that pursuit, even if it's grueling, even if it kills you in the end. Because ultimately, we all know that's what is waiting us, right? We're all going to die. So what do we want to do before then with this life? That's what counts. And that's what will determine your destiny. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been Bodhi with Bodhi Tree Social. Remember to live this life from a peak experience. And we will talk soon. Peace out.